All right, here we go. It is Friday, October 9th, and I'm about to be doing Worlds. Yep, that's right, Worlds. I know I have no real business being there. You know, I'm not definitely going to reach some type of high level in this tournament. I'm shooting for, if there was 300 players, I'm shooting for like 295, right? I'm shooting for, hopefully, I'm going for like maybe 2 wins. So I'm going to be playing Swiss today. That's 7 rounds times 2 games per round, so that's 14 rounds. I'll be recording all of them that my opponents allow me to, so there's a potential we'll be putting out a game, a session, a round of Swiss probably each day, maybe skip a day here and there. And so that's kind of what's going on with that. I just wanted to go ahead and brief y'all that I'm getting into Worlds. I've been doing some practice on that, as well as we went camping and then practicing Worlds. So I haven't been putting out as much content here. And honestly, I'm probably getting ready to go ahead and start doing maybe like an every other day rotation of videos, kind of slow it down a little bit. At first I was really trying to figure out learn how to, produce what I'm producing and figure out what kind of stuff I could do to reach the goals of the channel, which is to obviously build the community and help younger players like myself get better. Anyway, I'm probably going to, after that first push of quantity of videos that people can go back and look at, and also I can figure out what we was doing now, I'm going to go ahead and probably slow it down just a hint to every other day-ish on content. But anyway, that said, we're got Worlds about to happen, and I just wanted to kind of have this video to go over my decks that I brought. Now, this Worlds Argus, this Argus Security, this is straight up, I apologize, I can't remember whose deck it was, but here's a hash here. I wonder how you do that hash. Anyway, but regardless, this deck did really well in Intercontinentals. I didn't change a single card in it, and it just clicked for me. I mean, this is my kind of deck right here. Have the threat of kill. And one thing I want to tell you is, one thing I've noticed playing this deck, especially against people, better players and everything, is they really respect this deck. Like, they're not going to come in when they're broke or when they have less money than me. They're going to be very cautious, most of them, which gives me the ability to kind of manipulate stuff a little bit. Sometimes I can just throw an agenda out there, and I realize, like, if I see shapers a lot of times, they're not going to run first turn. They usually aren't. Maybe if I let my money get low, but I could potentially go, like sure gamble, maybe, or I could just potentially throw out a couple of cards, one of them being agenda. They don't run on it, score at the very next turn, right? So there's these all kinds of options going on here that this deck has going for it. It's really good. None of the ice is expensive at all. It's all about getting those data ravens in places to force them to take tags if they want to continue. One card that'll be tough for it is Hunting Grounds, but I haven't seen a ton of it. I've seen it probably 2 out of 20 games. The border control is a huge part of it, to be able to use that along with false lead. You get false lead out there. What I'm really trying to do with this deck, like what I try and do, the main way to win is go hard-hitting news, right? Score a false lead, hard-hitting news, false lead them down to two clicks on their next turn, and then hit them with the boom on the next one, right? I mean, that's the best way. There's other ways you can do it. If they're around 4 to 3 credits and you hit them with a hard hitting news, there's just about no way they can get their money up enough to get rid of. I just need 2 clicks. I mean, I just need 2 tags left, and this boom is gonna bust them, right? I mean, it's that easy. So you got the consultant visit to go find the booms. You also got a high profile target, which can also do 4 damage if you had 2 tags as well. So there's options there, even though I have failed to beat that yet. So yeah, the real goal is to get a false lead score, get a hard hitting news to a boom, and just then you've got some stuff to just keep them, to break them 4 credits here. I use that from time to time. Keep them guessing, keep them having to waste clicks to get rid of tags with Data Raven, with PriceSec. I mean, there's just a ton of options here, and there's so many ways that I've played this deck, from not putting out any ice to putting out lots of ice to just a number of variations. It's just so flexible. I absolutely love this deck, and the stats don't lie. I have played 34, and if you remember at the start of this channel, I said the corp I'm terrible at. Well, I'm terrible at the runner. Now look at these runner stats. Again, I didn't do myself any favors. I'm going to talk about that in a minute with my runner deck, because I tweaked a deck that was good into probably garbage at this point. But I'm 11 and 25 with the runner. I am having real troubles, especially on the top or higher level, figuring out what I need to be doing as a runner. It's a lot harder to me. I used to think that the corp was so hard and I was incompetent, but look at this record, 25 and 7 against, and I'm out there playing. I mean, not all of these was with this deck, but let's just say 20 of them was. I've probably lost maybe 3, not 20, maybe 15. I've probably lost 3, which is still a really good statistical, percentage. That's it. So anyway, the corp I fell in love with the corp. I think I like the corp better than runner, and I used to love the runner better, but the corp, you know what you know what the puzzle is, and I like it. I like knowing. My problem with the runner is I want to know what that card is, and I'm constantly running to go see, and I just get screwed so often by it. But with the corp, I know what the puzzle is. The question is, can the runner break it? And learning the runners is still something I need to do, but I just get it a little better, especially when I have that kill option. If I have the kill option, I feel very good in my flexibility to be able to do different stuff. So the key with this corp deck, though, and I'm going to tell you, you got to get money. You got to keep your money high, and if a runner ever gets massive amounts of money, you're done for. You're done. I mean, there's almost, unless you've already got almost all of them scored and you just need like a hostile takeover to finish it off, you might can pull it off, but you're basically done if the runner ever gets more money than you. So you got to be careful with that. Hopefully none of my opponents watch this before we start playing. I doubt they will. I mean, it's not like the Netrunner community's trying to figure out what my decks are, so I'm not too worried about it. But if they get this info, they'll probably have some pretty solid information. But again, that corp deck, absolutely amazing. There it is right there. Completed 18, 112, lost 6. I guess it's not that good a record, but look at this runner deck. 1-4, lost 14. Man, I am not... This deck right here, the corp has to make mistakes. There's no competitive deck, I don't think, that this deck could win as long as the corp just plays, moderately well, right? That's just how I feel about it, but we'll find out if maybe I'm wrong here. But I have just been getting wrecked out here with this. The deck, at first, this deck had an Ngolo. I got rid of the Ngolo. I added a couple of other Newbury pieces to the puzzle. I got rid of a ton of cards. I tweaked this deck so much from what it was whenever it was a contender, and it was like a top deck, and one of the Intercontinentals, or the Continentals, I believe. And now I've done tweaked it to pure, probably garbage. It's got a little bit of everything, which is not bad, but at the same time, it's not really focusing on anything, I don't think. So I'm a bit concerned about its production here in the tournament. Kevin Tame told me go with the Paragon, not the Logos, and unfortunately I'm kind of there. I think he was right, except for I'm hoping if I get Asa and they're running or these decks that are running getting one agenda point per card, if I can get that type of matchup and get this out early, then I could see a lot of recursion or a lot of tutoring going on where I go in there and I get the cards I want every time they score an agenda. So other than that, it's got some tools. I added this one in. I found this card. I went out looking. I can't remember what I was looking for, but I found this one and I was like, I'm gonna use it. One, I've never used it, but if I get one of those Asa decks that has what is it, CI, I think, and they got 9 cards, I can basically make them split their deck in half and go and get it. I don't actually know if that's a good strategy at this point because a lot of these decks are running cards like Punitive and things like that that they're just banking on me getting my head bust on. So that one's kind of been, I thought it was going to be a lot better. I thought it was going to be something cool, to show off, but it hadn't really done it for me thus far. I do not believe I've probably played the card 3-4 times and I haven't got any agendas off of it every time I did it. Oh, the one time I did get agendas, they put all 4 of them there, and I was playing whatever Jinteki does, the net damage per stolen. So it was like net damage, fetal AI, 3 net damage, and it was dead, right? I mean, he just wiped me out. No problem. So it's a risky card in this in Netrunner at this point to go out there and get a lot of agendas, and then I could be playing against I guess that don't matter. Playing against the ID that only lets you get 1 agenda per turn. Not only running one of these, I'm running a falsified. Let's see, got a little bit of recursion right here, even though I haven't really done a good job of playing this card well. I've got a little bit of something while I'm waiting on some of these bad boys to get out of my deck, and then I've got some protection. I've got some get a card when I make a successful run. I got the trash and stuff. You gotta trash. This is such a good card. You just gotta trash stuff, and it just gives you 10 money to basically do that. This installed. I got this for drawing cards. I draw a lot of cards, and just different things. I really haven't mastered the art of using this turning wheel yet. So again, the problem with this deck is it doesn't have a whole lot of focus because I've tweaked it, but I'm pretty comfortable with it. I have a good time with it, but I've been getting beat so much with it, it's kind of lost some of its luster. But anyway, it's I should have listened to some other people, and I probably should have just left the original deck alone and played that 20 times and got better at it instead of trying to tweak it to my liking to once again bring myself to mediocrity before I even start playing the game. So we're gonna see. I think my world's Argus, I think that deck could beat a lot of people. I'm not saying I'm gonna win with it. There's a chance I never win with it, but what I am saying is I've been playing people online and they're probably middle tier players, and I've been beating them pretty regularly, right? So whether they're not playing their competitive decks or whether they're just goofing off at the time and they're going to be serious for that, if I feel like there's a good chance out of 7 corp games I could possibly win 4 of them. I'm just going to be honest with you. I think I could probably win 4 of them. On the runner side, I'm concerned I might not even win 1. Now this is the thing though. If they do what I believe's probably going to happen and they end up, a bunch of people end up joining Worlds because they don't have to travel to it this year, like myself, who really don't have any business being, not like that. I mean, we do have we do have the ability because of this to go to Worlds, but I probably wouldn't be spending $600 on a plane ticket and hotel stay and more on hotel stay and eating out, $1,000+ for that 3-day weekend to go up to Worlds at this point with my skill level, right? That's probably true. And that's probably true for a lot of people, but since it's $35, I'm expecting there to be a lot of people like me who are, not that good, that are at that lower rung, that will be there. So therefore, as I lose, I drop down there, and then I'm playing with people on my level, so I can probably pull out some wins with the runner as well, possibly. But I really think this Argus deck can probably beat even middle tier players consistently, honestly. And I've been playing it pretty well. I might not play it well today. I might get flustered. Who knows? Because, you know, it's on the line. But I'm shooting for 2 wins. I believe I could potentially see as much as 4 or 5 wins, depending what level of competition is at the bottom with me, right? Because if the bottom is still just that much better than me, then, you know, maybe 1-2 wins with the Argus deck is where I'm at. But that's my predictions, and we'll see what happens. So anyway, y'all tune in to Worlds, and be watching for my videos to release. Like I said, one Worlds round a day. If I get all 7 of them, that'll be 7 different videos coming out for Worlds with each round on there. Each round is an hour and 5 minutes if you go to time. And so I'm excited to get into this. And definitely I'm going to go back and watch the stream because I'm playing in it right now. Y'all will probably be watching the stream live, and then y'all have these to go back and see some of the lower tier players that they're probably not going to be showing on the stream. So anyway, I just wanted to go ahead and let y'all know what I've been up to, let y'all know that I'm doing it right now, and let y'all know, just kind of see what I got going on with my decks before we even get into Worlds videos. So catch y'all later.